everybody, how you doing? Today, Monday, December 2nd, Black Friday's over, Small Business Saturday is over, today is Cyber Monday. Heading off to the UPS hub to pick up my route today. I expect in the next day or two, according to what everybody's been saying, apparently it's the largest Black Friday in history and the cyber sales are off the charts. I expect in the next day or two to get hammered. At least I hope I get hammered and I get some more hours in. Last week I only got 5 hours in. Now part of that was I had a little medical issue. Woke up Wednesday morning with a vertigo. This has happened to me once before, about 20 years ago. Wake up and slam into the wall. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, enough about that. Well, it'll be interesting to see what I have here today. I have been kind of tracking my packages per hour rate, and lately I've been getting about 25 to 30 stops. Now, of course, some of those have multiple packages, and I have calculated that I get roughly one stop every 6 minutes. Now, that does include my drive time once I punch in from the hub over to my town in Nevada, which is about 8 miles away, so call that about 10 minutes. And then lately I've been having double duty, mainly because of box size. And what I've done so far is I've loaded up the Expedition with most of the packages, with the exception of the extremely large ones. About a week ago, I delivered some propane heaters, torpedo heaters to a guy, 2 of those, and they took up the entire back end of my Expedition. You can just imagine how large those things are. They were quite large. I think they were on wheels, just a real big unit. But anyway, so it'll be interesting just to kind of track this as the route gets maybe a little denser. More people are ordering stuff, so I anticipate not so much drive time, if you will, between stops. And granted, sometimes that's only a block or two, but like I said, the one delivery every 6 minutes. That should go down, to a couple minutes or something like that. So we'll ride along together and see how that works. So pretty chilly today. It's only about 20 out. Things were kind of frosty this morning. Doors were a little bit frozen on the Expedition, but I got in no problem. All right, here we go. Let's rock. There was a question on a couple of my videos specifically about vehicles, and there was a couple questions on whether or not you had to actually own the vehicle in order to be a UPS PVD. And I had a viewer of my video get back to me, and he or she said that they were hired on by UPS as a PVD driver under it was their mom's vehicle, but they were on the insurance policy, so apparently that is okay. All right, I'm all loaded up. I have double the stops as normal. I've got about 50 today, 46 actually. I'm going to make at least 2 runs to the hub due to the bulkiness of some of these boxes. I'm taking the big stuff first this time and see how that works out. Usually I've taken everything else and then come back for the bigs, but I'm just going to play around until I can figure out a good system. And you know what, there may not be a perfect system, but that's okay. So here we go. Double the stops as normal. It is 10:37. Let's go. All right, end of the day, I had about 46 packages to deliver on my route, and then I took about a dozen off of the driver in town here just to alleviate his pressure. I worked 5 hours exactly. Now, some of that time was drive back and forth to the hub, and then about 20 minutes of downtime, if you will, before I could meet up with my driver here in town. But anyway, my packages per minute rotation, if you will, it was at about 6 minutes per delivery, and today it was down to 5. I staged the packages a little bit differently today on my second trip. I have mentioned before that the 1,000 lots are pretty close, but sometimes there's some bleed through. One will be in a 5,000 lot when it should be in a 4,000 lot, and if I've got all those stacked in the Expedition, I can't get to it. So on my second load, I kind of staged the packages as they were to be delivered according to the app on the phone. And there I found a couple times where there were some packages that were in a certain 1,000 lot that should have been in the previous or further lot. And so what I did was I worked from the bottom of the itinerary up, stacking the last packages on the itinerary first in the truck, and then work my way forward. And that worked out pretty good this time because there's a lot more boxes I'm seeing versus envelopes. When I first started doing the PVD, especially in that university housing, a lot of envelopes, and those were easier to stack in those totes. Well, I didn't even use a tote yesterday because I had very few envelopes, but mostly boxes of every size and shape. And that actually worked in my favor of staging it the way that I did from the bottom last stop first in the truck. So anyway, when I got back into town here in a certain section of town, because I had done that, I found myself doing an S through the town, up one street, down the other, up one street, down the other, and then work my way across town. And that worked out pretty slick. It's not a perfect system, but you know, that's what I've got so far. Now, like I said, sometimes I've got extremely large boxes, and those you just kind of shove in where you can and just kind of remember, oh, that 1300 number, I got that stashed over there. Or like I've done before is I'll do the large boxes either first or last as a separate run because they take up so much room in the truck. Okay, well, that's it for today. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and I'm thinking this stuff is really going to ramp up now that Cyber Monday's over. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll get back to you later.